Get ready for the Splash Live, Greater West Bloomfield's dedicated update show. Events, businesses, and people. Anything and anyone causing a ripple in the community. And now, let's dive in to the Splash Live.
Good morning, Greater West Bloomfield. Good to have you with us. I'm Dave Scott here in our Splash Live studios. And great to be with you on this kind of cloudy, a little bit cooler, typical fall Wednesday morning. I'm Dave Scott here at Civic Center TV. So good to have you with us on the Splash Live. We are here each and every day, Monday through Friday, 9:30 until 11. First of all, the Splash Live, which you're watching right now and listening to, and then also the Oakland County and Michigan Megacast, which Tyler Keefe, my colleague, will have for you just after I'm done at 10 o'clock. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for joining us on all of our outlets. There's so many different ways to watch this program. First of all, it starts with Civic Center TV. And if you're not watching on TV and listening on the radio, you want to tune in on TV sometime, all you have to do in the Greater West Bloomfield area is go to Comcast and go to Channel 15. If you happen to be an AT&T subscriber, you can go to Channel 99 and AT&T, and there's a menu system. Go in, look for West Bloomfield, Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, or the city of Orchard Lake Village. And just click on that and you will find Civic Center TV. A lot of people like to watch us though on the internet, civiccentertv.com. Great, very good video there and a lot of different additional information on our Civic Center TV website. Now, social media, that's where you'd like to watch. We are live on Facebook this morning and each and every day. Just go to Facebook, watch our Facebook Live feed, and it wouldn't be social media without YouTube as well. So you can find us on YouTube. And then, of course, one of my favorite ways to check out the show when I'm in the Greater West Bloomfield area and listening and watching Tyler is just to tune in on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM. Don't forget, we have our own local radio station. Covers the Greater West Bloomfield and Lakes area, 89.3 FM. We hope you tune in and watch across all of our outlets and tell your friends how easy it is to get on one of our outlets and watch our program each and every day. The Splash Live is part of 90 minutes of live programming, as I mentioned earlier. We're here till 10 o'clock. Tyler is in at 10 with a megacast, and we're going to be very local in this part of the program. Tyler takes and expands our geographic boundaries a little bit more and does an amazing job. Tune in and stay tuned this morning through our program and then Tyler's program. So let's start with a look at the weather today in the Greater West Bloomfield area. And we've got cloudy skies, possibly some showers moving through our area. High today around 58, partly cloudy, cool tonight, 34, a little bit more fall-like than we've had the last couple of days. Some clouds and 54 again tomorrow. And then it's going to improve over the weekend. What I'm excited about is Friday night, we're going to have another great weather night for Laker High School football. We'll talk more about that in a couple of minutes. But temperatures are going to be very football-like and no rain at all, the forecast. And for those of you that love Michigan and Michigan State, you're going to have even a better experience in Ann Arbor on Saturday. We're heading out to the Big House for that traditional fall classic here in Michigan. So hope you enjoy the weather and the next couple of days. And again, we'll talk more football before the day is over here. Something exciting here at Civic Center TV. People have been asking us for a long time, is there anything you can do to make it easier for us to have either a closed caption or some kind of caption environment, especially on our municipal meetings where it can be a lot of information, it moves quite quickly, and you might miss it. And also, if you are hearing impaired or know someone else that has the need for some of our extra accessibility features, we've really not had a way to do that easily. Well, now we do, and I want to introduce it to you. You can simply go to our website and go to civiccentertv.com/caption. So what you want to do is go to the caption there and the QR code and scan that QR code, and that will take you to our captions page. So the guys are nice enough to have our computer monitor up here. Let me grab my glasses so I can see with my old eyes. And I'm going to go to our captions page. And when you go to the captions page, and this is the page you're going to go to when you scan that QR code, here are all the instructions. So basically, you get the captions by going to our website, watching on the website, following these instructions, and it looks like it's very complicated, but I'm going to take you through this and show you how easy it is. It couldn't be simpler. First of all, when I go to watch our programming live at our site, I like to hit that Watch Live link right there because we get a big viewing area, and if the guys click away for a minute and we don't have our website on our website, you can kind of see that that you're going to see the video right there in the body of what's going on. So we'll give you a chance to see that and let that cycle through and I'll catch up. But this page is nothing but a really big video player, okay? So what you do is you go to that video player page, and then on the upper right-hand side of your Chrome web browser, and again, I would really strongly advise you to use Chrome. Guys, you might want to kill that lower third with a QR code because it's a little bit confusing for people. But in the upper right-hand corner, there are 3 dots. So put the Chrome browser on your computer, and on the upper right-hand corner, there are 3 dots. Simply click on the 3 dots and then go to Settings. And again, if a lot of this is complicated for you, don't worry, it's all on the instructions page. We'll hit Settings, and then you'll get this menu to come up, and Accessibility is the link you want to look for. Click on the Accessibility link, and there right on the top of the page, there's a little switch there. It says Live Caption, and over here on the right, you just hit that switch, and now you have turned on the live captions. You can already see the captions are already there on your screen. We're going to go back to the screen, and if the guys are nice enough to get clicked back on me, and we'll get back to a normal view, what you're going to see there when we click back in a couple of moments is the captions. So it's a lot simpler to do than I just showed you, but all you got to do is get the Chrome browser, hit those 3 dots in the upper right-hand side, follow the instructions on our page, and now you have a way to watch all of our programming with the captions. If you know somebody that is having a hearing issue, or they just like having the captions added, have them watch on the web on civiccentertv.com and then follow that process, and you will be all set. Tell your friends about it. Hope it works out well, and I hope you enjoy watching our programming with the captions. More on that again. We'll continue to promote that and let you know about it. civiccentertv.com/captions. And that's where you'll find all the information and, again, the instructions. So yeah, we all know, because we're getting just bombarded with advertising lately about the upcoming election. It is election time. And here in West Bloomfield, the 2022 general election information is right here before you. Hours for absentee voting, and you can absentee vote now. It's open and ready to go. Hours for absentee voting at the West Bloomfield Township Hall are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. So if you want to take your ballot into the West Bloomfield Township Hall and drop it off, you can do it there. You can see now, and just go to the clerk's desk at the town hall. If you don't know where that is, the West Bloomfield Township Hall on Walnut Lake Road, go in there, and that's where the library and the police station and everything is. Go in there, and they will, of course, give you all the help you need. Regular hours, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., but our Township Clerk, Debbie Binder, has done a great job by expanding the hours. And you can see that today you can go there until 7, next Thursday, 8 to 7, and Saturday, the 5th of November, the Saturday before the actual live voting day, you can go from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. So if you're busy at work, you can't quite get in to drop off your absentee ballot, you got some extra hours here, and you have a Saturday. Plus, there is a drop box open 24/7 at West Bloomfield Township Hall. More information always available from the clerk's office. There are numbers on the screen, but it is very accessible via Google and all the other resources. So it's really, I believe, now I'm not going to get political, but it's never been easier to vote with the increased access to absentee voting. So don't forget, it is coming up. Election Day is the 8th. And you can vote anytime now before then, within those hours. Speaking of the 8th of November, we are really excited. We have a big day on Election Day because it's the Heroes Appreciation Breakfast put on by the West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation Department, the West Bloomfield Library, our good friends over at Orchard Mall, and all of us here at Civic Center TV. So this is going to be great. And I was over at the brand new West Bloomfield Middle School, where we will be holding this year's event. in the new auditoria, which is a combination of a auditorium and a cafeteria, and the technology is absolutely amazing. It's a beautiful room, and that's where we're going to be holding this year's event. We'll be broadcasting all of it live on Civic Center TV beginning at 8:30 on Tuesday, the 8th, Election Day, but we would love to have you come by and participate. The QR code on the screen right now will get you to the page where you can go and register. It's totally free for veterans, and I think there's a small registration fee for others. But all the information you need is all on the website. Scan that QR code, and if you're listening on the radio, don't write this down while you're driving, but all you got to do is go to wbparks.org/veterans.html and go in there, and all of the registration information will be going on. We've done this for several years. It's a great way to honor and recognize our true heroes here in West Bloomfield and around the greater area who have served our country, and we are so happy to salute them, hear their stories. It's really an interesting event when you get all the Army guys sitting here and the Navy guys sitting here and the Marines over here, and they're all kind of intermingling and singing their different military songs and all enjoying the day as we salute our heroes here in West Bloomfield. Mark your calendar for this Saturday, the 29th of October, as it is our National Drug Enforcement Administration Drug Take-Back Day. You can go to the West Bloomfield Police Department at 4530 Walnut Lake Road and drop off any old prescription drugs. And they're going to be open from 10 until 2, 10 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. We're urging you not to flush drugs anymore. It gets in the sewage system, creates a lot of problems. The better way to do it is to take these drugs that you are no longer needing and get them out of your house and do it the safe way. Drop them off at the West Bloomfield Police Department. Probably see some friends and neighbors while you're there. And I hope you would make that a good social opportunity and a good opportunity to do the right thing. Saturday, October 29th, National Drug Take-Back Day. So the big news around here with Tyler and myself, Tyler Keefe, will be here at 10 o'clock. And yours truly has been West Bloomfield High School football. And it has been an unbelievably exciting season as the Lakers went through the entire regular season, losing only one game on the road to Rochester Adams. The Lakers concluded their season 8-1, and they are in Division I, which is the division that has the largest schools in the state of Michigan. And that we're one of the best teams. In fact, because of that great record, the Lakers have earned the right to have all of the games at home during the playoffs up until the semifinals and the finals. Finals at Ford Field, semifinals at another neutral location. So it's a great honor and a privilege. Now, some of the people in our community are a little bit frustrated because when they put the pairings together, we drew one of the best teams in the state of Michigan as well, and that's Cass Tech. And that game is going to be Friday night, 7:30 at West Bloomfield High School. And this is a huge game, a more difficult opponent than the Lakers typically would expect this early in the playoffs. So that's going to be happening on Friday night. We'll have it live on the radio. Bally Sports will have it on TV. And I hope you join in and check out the live broadcast and, of course, our football game on Friday night. Get out, support your Lakers. It's going to be a great contest, and we definitely hope that you will join in the celebration of what's been an amazing season and hopefully cheer on our Lakers all the way to the state championship. Tyler Keefe, my colleague, had a chance to catch up with the head coach of the West Bloomfield Lakers, Tyrese Grice, and he is featured This Week in Laker Football, which you can see on all of our outlets, of course, on our website and on our channels. And got a clip here. Tyler asked the coach about some of the difficulties they ran into with their offense in the last game last Friday night.
Well, we had to focus more on the running game, not because we wanted to, because we had to. And when you don't have both of your quarterbacks, your starter and your backup in the game, defenses understand that, and they're going to load the box up. So it's hard to get to the second level when they load in the box because you can't count for that block. So we did a good job in terms of getting what we need and moving the ball. We just didn't execute in the red zone where we had some drop balls and that would, took the game away from them guys. But they did a great job defending us. Take nothing granted for this team. They're a solid team. They got great coaches in their program. So you can't look at the teams and say, hey, you know, we just going to beat every team. Every week is a tough team, and we get everybody's best game. So that's one of those deals where they're ready to come, and we're shorthanded as well.
It's a nice test, too, because you're this close to playoff time at that point, and you're trying to go up against as stiff a competition as possible before you go up against the stiffest competition possible in the entire state. And so let's go back and talk about the absences that were there on Friday for the Lakers, particularly Samaj Morgan didn't play on Friday due to rules after an ejection late in the game against Southfield A&T. Talk about how your team was able to adjust to being without their leader, another one of their leaders on the field in Samaj, a key player for that offense, and their resilience in being able to still have a quality game despite Samaj's influence on the field in the in-game action not being there.
Well, we knew we had talent on the team, and other guys have to step up, and we relied a lot on Kenneth Jones to run the ball. And we basically ran behind Brandon Davis-Swain, our tight end, and Amir Herring. So we was able to get the needed yards and make the adjustments. And the first half, they were doing some things to us and scheme-wise. And the second half, we recognized it and we made some adjustments and was able to move the balls consistently on them. And but they're a good team, and we're not going to just try to, looking at film of other teams, other good teams, they held their own and they're a good defensive team.
And defensively, too, it was quite the showing from your team. An early score from Utica Eisenhower in that game to put them up 7 points near the end of the half. But beyond that, more or less was shutting down that team left and right. And that includes throughout the majority of that first half. What was the difference maker for your team defensively against a well-tuned offense from Ike?
Well, we knocked their quarterback out, and their backup quarterback out. They was injured on some shoulder injuries, so they was done for the game. But the third-string quarterback came in and surprised us and hit us on some plays that we were not expecting. We was playing to run, and we made a mental mistake on that. And we always tell the guys that the only way teams are going to score on us is we miss tackles, bad angles, and miss assignments. In this case, it was a misassignment. So, but they're a solid team, and we just game plan and make sure that we keep them. Take away their best players.
Renzo Williams back in the lineup for West Bloomfield defensively, coming back late in the season and now back for playoff time. And that's with guys like Deontay Pippen stepping up and having really excellent games the past few weeks in the secondary and shutting down teams that love to pass the ball like Ike and Southfield A&T. Talk about the impact of having Zoe back in this lineup going into the playoffs.
Well, yeah, that's important to have your entire D-back coming back because the way we play our game. Pippen stepped in. He's a receiver, but he stepped in for Zoe, who's a D-back and is committed to Western Michigan. And people don't know. You talk about Pippen had a great game against Southfield. Well, Zoe is one of our best corners that we have in our program. So having him back is tremendous for the team and the morale of the team because what people don't know, we probably had 6, 7 starters out the last 4 or 5 games where one guy came back, another guy would fall down, and in some cases some of our backups. So we was putting pieces together, and those guys did a good job, and our coaches did a good job making sure the younger guys know what to do.
We're joined by head coach Tyrese Grice of the West Bloomfield Lakers. The Lakers defeating Utica Eisenhower last week to cap off the regular season. Playoffs begin Friday night, 7:30 at the Swamp against Detroit Cass Tech. And finally, Coach, looking back at the regular season and the progress that your team's made, what are some of the key points that you're most proud of in terms of the way your team's progressed from week 1 to the end of the regular season?
I think I'm proud of our perseverance. When you're dealing with a team like ours, it's a lot of personalities, a lot of different mindsets, but at the same time, you got to gather all that together. And as we move along the season, we kind of gelling together at the same time. So I'm proud of, with the coaching staff, really putting these guys together and make sure we manage it right. And I think I'm proud of it. Each week is a tough game, and we persevere, and the expectations are always high at West Bloomfield. So we make sure that, hey, we play our best. And going against a league, OA Red, which is one of the best leagues in the state. In fact, they have 4 of our teams is in the top 10, and we have 6 teams in the playoffs. So that's a tremendous a measurement of the OAA. So we play against that league every week. So we're proud that we stepped up to the occasion and played some tough games. None of those games was blowouts. They was tough games. They gave it their best, and we're ready to take this next step.
All right, it was a great game Friday night. Lakers came up with a big victory, but this Friday, Cass Tech, West Bloomfield, District High School football playoff action. Don't miss it. It's going to be an exciting night. Make sure you come to West Bloomfield High School for the game, or listen on 89.3 Lakes FM and Civic Center TV. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. When we return, we're going to talk a little bit about senior living here in our greater West Bloomfield area. I'm Dave Scott. This is The Splash Live, and we'll be right back.
We'll be right back with The Splash Live.
Let's whoop it up for these moments, made possible by the COVID-19 vaccine. Keep the cheering going by keeping yourself protected and your COVID-19 vaccines up to date. Now that the vaccine is available for children 5 and up, why do you recommend it?
Kids are part of the community and they can spread COVID.
We're seeing both healthy children getting sick from the virus as well as children with underlying health conditions.
They can easily bring the virus home to other people that are vulnerable and make them sick as well.
This vaccine can change that and keep children safe.
It's essential that your children get vaccinated to protect them, to protect your families, and to protect those in the community around you.
And now, back to The Splash Live.
And good morning and welcome back to The Splash Live. Dave Scott in our Splash Live studios. We thank you for joining us. Stick around. Tyler Keefe will be here in just a couple of moments with the MegaCast as he takes a look at some of the other stories in our area and a little bit bigger geography. Take a look at some things going on just outside of West Bloomfield. So that coming up in just a minute, part of our 90 minutes of live programming each and every Monday through Friday. So we're all getting older. We certainly need places to live as we age, and we want to have someplace nice to live right here in West Bloomfield. One of those really nice places to live is the Avalon of Commerce Township. Joining us now is Morgan Schilling, Business Development Director at Grace Management. Good morning, Morgan. How you doing today?
Hey, Dave. Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us. What an important job you have helping seniors live, a very important part of their life in comfort and safety and right here in our own community. And it's a very big responsibility that I know you guys take very seriously.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell us about your facilities and what are seniors looking for when they're making a decision about a facility and a place to live after they move out of their home?
Yeah, so our communities, they are assisted living and memory care. And so with that, we have a lot of the adult children making those decisions. And so the important part of their decision making is making sure that, of course, the care is top notch, and making sure that their loved one is going to be safe where they're living, that they're going to be cared for, and just loved as if they were our own grandparent at that point. Another important aspect is the amenities, making sure that their current lifestyle is mirrored to wherever they're going. So we try and make sure that their current lifestyle is a match with what we give our residents on a day-to-day basis, provide our residents with. So of course, dining is important, programming is important, and the way that we approach care is important as well. And so, and then the third is making sure that we're an appropriate fit. So making sure that if their loved one has dementia, that we have availability in our memory care for them to live safely in a secured environment. If they need assistance with their activities of daily living, that's what our assisted living can do. So there's several aspects that go into looking for a community, and we can provide all of those for the residents of West Bloomfield and the greater Detroit area.
Well, Morgan, you're right. This is a family decision. It
absolutely
involves
is.
usually the children of your residents, and they've got to come in and make sure that it's the right fit. I really like what you said a minute ago. Let's talk about all the amenities. What are the main amenities that people are looking for? You mentioned food. I bet that's right at the top of the list. But when you get beyond good food, what are the other things? What other amenities are people looking for?
So we find that our residents used to go out to the movies, and one of the amenities that we have is a movie theater. And so on the outside of our movie theater, it looks like an old-fashioned movie theater that you would go to with a big Michigan sign up top. And so we have a movie theater. Religion is another important factor, and so we do have a chapel in our communities. And the chapel is designed for those who practice a faith of their choosing.
Sure.
And so they're able to utilize our chapel for whatever needs they may have. So, family events on holidays. At our Bloomfield property, we have weekly services that come in on Wednesdays. And so we have a chapel. We also have a salon. So it's important for the ladies to get their hair done. You always know when it's hair day.
I love it.
And we have a bistro. It's important that we protect their dignity, but they're able to still live their best life. So socialization is important. So we do have those common areas for that.
So you mentioned socialization. I hope I'm not asking an inappropriate question, but love is good at any age, and I imagine some relationships are built in your communities.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Sometimes there's a term in the industry. I
Yeah.
don't know if this is appropriate or not either,
Well,
but we geriatric springer every once in a while because you just never know who's dating who. The ladies do like sometimes in some of our communities there's more ladies than men, and so they line up for the men.
that's what
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
No, it's a perfectly good thing to talk about because look, this is going to be a part of every one of our lives, and you mentioned all the amenities, the food, the movie theater, the religious opportunities. These are the going to the salon. These are all things that we prefer not to lose, right? When we need to move into an assisted living facility, and maybe one of the most important things is to continue to socialize. So I love it. You're doing good work. If people are interested in learning more about your facility and just any other information that they might find handy, how would they get a hold of you?
So they can visit our website. We actually have 3 locations in the Metro Detroit area. So if you go to www.gracemanagement.com, you can look up the 3 Avalon communities in Michigan. And you can also call any of our communities. So the phone number will be listed on the website.
Right. There it is, Morgan. We got to
There you
go.
go.
We got to go. It's right. It's
Yep.
right. It's right there on our homepage and on the screen. We got to go. Thank you so much for being with us. Thanks for the great work you're doing. And
You're
thank you
welcome.
for watching The Splash today. Have a terrific day. Tyler will be up next. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:30.